6 dirt cheap Saskatchewan properties where you can actually afford land? Today we're covering 6 Saskatchewan properties from $69,000 to $149,900. Real land, real space, and prices that feel like they're from another decade. Some are move-in ready, some need work, but all offer something rare. Affordable homeownership with actual acreage. We're walking through the homes, the land, and what small-town Saskatchewan living actually looks like. No fluff, just honest breakdowns. Property 1. First up, Yellow Creek at $69,000. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 792 square feet on a massive lot measuring 184 by 323 feet. That's over 59,000 square feet of land, which is over 1.3 acres. For context, most suburban lots are maybe a quarter of that size. This 1.5-story home was built in 1950, but it's seen updates over the years. Vinyl siding on the exterior, metal roof that'll last for decades, windows upgraded throughout. The attached garage gives you direct entry into the home, which matters when Saskatchewan winter hits and you don't want to freeze walking from your car. Walk inside and the kitchen has crisp white cabinets with fridge, stove, microwave, and portable dishwasher all included. Open concept flows into the dining area and living room. Main floor laundry at the back entry means you're not hauling clothes up and down stairs. There's a recently fully renovated 3-piece bathroom on the main floor and a spacious 3-piece bath on the second level that's also been recently renovated. The layout puts 1 bedroom on the main floor and a loft-style bedroom on the second level, perfect for a couple, small family, or as a retirement spot where you live mostly on 1 floor. Annual property taxes run $1,491. The home's conditionally sold, which means someone's already committed, but it shows exactly what $69,000 gets you in rural Saskatchewan. Yellow Creek's a quiet community, simple living, close to the outdoors of northeast Saskatchewan. You could use this as a full-time residence or a cabin getaway. Either way, the value's undeniable. Property 2. Property 2 brings us to Willowbrook in Orkney, RM, priced at $92,000. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 748 square feet on 1.57 acres. Built in 1950, this little bungalow sits adjacent to the stream that runs through Willowbrook. That alone gives you scenic views and the kind of peaceful setting most people pay double for. The home features a large kitchen and living room, renovated bathroom, and a deck off the back door. That deck faces west, which means sunset views while you're grilling or just relaxing after a long day. The real story here is the land. 1.57 acres gives you serious opportunity. Build a large shop or garage. Plant a massive garden. Let your kids run and play without worrying about neighbors complaining. Watch the sunset from your own deck on your own acreage. Recent updates matter here. New furnace installed January 2026, so heating's covered. Newer washer and dryer included, fridge purchased in 2025. Water heater's been updated. These aren't sexy upgrades, but they're the expensive ones that save you money immediately after purchase. Annual property taxes are only $500. Read that again, $500 per year for over 1.5 acres. That's less than most people spend on coffee in 2 months. The location works if you need city access. Yorkton's close enough for shopping, healthcare, and services without living in the chaos. You get acreage living with city convenience nearby. This one's also conditionally sold, but at $92,000 for acreage near a city with recent mechanical updates, it shows the kind of value Saskatchewan still offers when most of Canada's priced regular people out completely. Property 3. Third property takes us to Leoville at $80,750. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,250 square feet. Built in 1952, this bungalow sits on a generous lot of 61,855 square feet. That's over 1.4 acres of land. Inside, you've got a spacious living area, 3 good-sized bedrooms, and a functional layout that works for families or anyone needing multiple rooms. The listing's honest, and we appreciate that. This property needs work. It's a fixer-upper. You're not walking in and hanging pictures. You're bringing contractors, making decisions about finishes, and putting in sweat equity. But here's the opportunity. Solid structure, prime lot size, endless possibilities. Whether you're an investor looking to flip, a first-time buyer willing to trade labor for affordability, or someone who wants to create their dream home from the ground up, the foundation's here. The lot gives you 10 parking spaces with a gravel driveway, forced air, natural gas heating keeps costs reasonable through winter, annual property taxes are $1,949. Leoville's a small Saskatchewan town where affordability meets opportunity if you're willing to put in effort. You're not getting move-in ready perfection. You're getting a project with potential at a price point that's nearly extinct everywhere else in Canada. At $80,750 for over 1,000 square feet on 1.4 acres, the math works if you can handle renovations. Buy smart, renovate strategically, and you could walk away with serious equity or a home that cost you half what most people pay. Property 4? Now we're getting into the properties with serious potential. This is the Irvine Keln acreage in Last Mountain Valley, RM, priced at $125,000. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,976 square feet on 10 acres of prairie land. You're getting a large barn, single detached garage, and a shed. Serious outbuildings for equipment, vehicles, animals, or hobby projects. The home was built in 1920. Over a century old, it needs TLC. You enter through the porch into the kitchen with a laundry room and an attached 4-piece bathroom. There's a formal dining room, then a massive L-shaped living room with large windows and sliding patio doors to the deck. The primary bedroom has an attached 3-piece bathroom and double closets. Upstairs, you've got a bonus area and 2 more bedrooms. Full concrete basement is unfinished with owned furnace and electric water heater. The property has well water, natural gas, and electricity. Here's the reality. This 1920 build needs work. Updates, renovations, probably structural attention, but you're buying 10 acres close to Simrick with serious outbuildings. Whether you're dreaming of a modern farmhouse or a family retreat, the canvas is here. Last Mountain Valley is rural Saskatchewan. This works for remote workers, retirees, farmers, or anyone who values space over convenience. At $125,000 for 10 acres with a barn, garage, shed, and nearly 2,000 square foot house, you're buying opportunity and work. Property 5. Property number 5 takes us to Drake, Saskatchewan. $105,000 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom bungalow with 1,297 square feet on 1.15 acres. Here's the kicker, 360 feet of street frontage backing onto open town green space. That's privacy and room most people only dream about. The home was built in 1975 with an addition in 1985. Attached garage, functional layout, plenty of opportunity to update. Main floor has 2 bedrooms, a 4-piece bath, generous living room, large dining area, and main floor laundry. The lower level is partially developed and already plumbed for a 3-piece bath. Finish it and you've got extra living space or rental income potential. The listing's honest. The home needs both exterior and interior improvements. You're bringing contractors, budgets, and patience, but the structure's solid. Drake sits along Highway 20 South, just 20 minutes to the BHP, Jansen, and Nutrien potash mines. That's employment and economic stability. If you work at the mines, this location makes sense. The lot's the real story. 1.15 acres in town with that much frontage and green space behind you? Rare. Build a shop, plant a garden, park your RV, or just enjoy space between neighbors. Annual property taxes are $2,440. 6 parking spaces, attached garage, gravel driveway, partially finished basement gives you a head start. At $105,000, you're getting a large lot and a home that needs renovation. If you're handy and can see past current condition, this transforms into something valuable. Property 6. We've reached the final property, and this one's priced at $149,900 in rural Saskatchewan near Hillmond. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1,180 square feet on 3.05 acres. This is a 1.5-story bungalow built in 1940, and it's being sold as is. Where is? The property sits approximately 3 miles east of Hillmond with busing to the Hillmond School, which matters if you've got kids. The yard site is well treed, giving you natural privacy and shade. The home includes 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and comes with appliances. Outside, you've got 2 storage sheds and a garden area already established. The layout spreads across 1.5 stories. Main floor has the kitchen, living room, 1 bedroom, and a 4-piece bathroom. Upstairs features 2 more bedrooms. The basement is partial and unfinished, which could be developed if you need more space down the road. Heating runs on electric and forced air wood, so you're not tied to natural gas. The property uses well water, which means no municipal water bills, but also means well maintenance is your responsibility. Exterior finish is stucco on a poured concrete foundation with wood frame construction. The lot's partially fenced with garden area and lawn already landscaped. Annual property taxes are only $868, which is incredibly low for 3 acres of land with a home. Now, the reality. This home was built in 1940 and it's sold as is. Where is? That means the seller's making no repairs, no updates, no negotiations. At over 80 years old, expect maintenance. But the property's been on the market for 587 days, which tells you the seller's motivated. Hillman's a tiny Saskatchewan community. This is rural living at its most isolated. But if you want peace, land, and a property where your only neighbor might be a quarter mile away, this delivers. At $149,900 for 3 acres with outbuildings and a home that's standing, you're buying affordability. Just go in with clear expectations about the age, condition, and location. And there you have it. 6 Saskatchewan properties ranging from $69,000 to $149,900. Small town starters, acreage fixers, 10-acre farmhouses, and rural escapes. Every single one offers land, space, and prices that feel like they're from a different decade. Saskatchewan isn't flashy. It's cold, it's flat, it's isolated in places, but if you want to own property without destroying your finances, this province still delivers. Do your inspections, understand what you're buying, and move fast if the numbers work. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.